again, folks, and welcome to another video, and it is the first video of 2022. As it's a new year, it's always good to look forward, make some changes and make some positive New Year's resolutions. So that's what this video is going to be all about. And my New Year's resolutions this year are going to be all about gaming. We all know we all need to work out more, eat healthier, but let's really focus these New Year's resolutions on gaming. So without further ado, let's jump into this week's video and find out what I aim to change in 2022. First New Year's resolution for 2022 is to finally start streaming. It was only around this time last year that I first started doing YouTube videos, and I think I've kind of got used to that now. Hopefully you let me know in the comments down below if you enjoy the videos, and I think it's time for me to branch out into doing some streaming. There's a few reasons I've not done this sooner. The main of which being time. But we can always moan we don't have enough time. It's just making time to do the things you love. Secondly, I do need to get a few bits of equipment to be able to do this. So if any of you guys do streaming on a budget, please let me know in the comments below cheap ways to get myself sorted. I do have a laptop, I do need to get a slightly more up-to-date webcam, and then hopefully in the next month or so I will start streaming some games. So also let me know in the comment section down below what you would like me to stream. But word to the wise, with these videos I do normally make them quite PG. I don't swear, I'm not rude, and I don't make sexual innuendos that often on these YouTube videos. But trust me, if I'm streaming, it's going to be definitely for an over 18s audience. That's because normally when I game, I swear a lot more, I get very angry, and also one of the main reasons I haven't started streaming yet, I'm not that great at games deep down. But yeah, definitely looking forward to jumping into the stream on 2022. The next resolution for 2022 is I actually need to play more retro games. I am of course a massive retro game collector, as you all know by now, but sometimes it's hard to find the times to go back and actually really jump into some retro games, especially with the new releases that are always coming out. There's always something new to play. Like in the past few months I've jumped straight from Forza onto Halo Infinite, and it's just harder sometimes to make time for the retro games. But I'm definitely going to really try and jump in and put to my time to do one retro game at least a week. And what I'm going to do is kind of dive into that a little bit more, do a little bit of footage and kind of a small review of each retro game I played in a year. Hopefully so at the end of the year I'd have added 52 new retro games played into my library. My next change for 2022 is more live game pickups. I don't know about everyone else, but I think some of my favourite videos I watch on YouTube are when you see people going out looking for games in the wild. Going around charity shops, gaming stores, car boots, all that kind of places. It's just kind of like being there, and it kind of really adds to me the experience rather than just kind of how I do a lot of just doing pickups I've picked up from places like eBay and stuff like that, but more on eBay later in the video. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you're excited to see more live game pickups in 2022. Speaking of eBay, that brings me on to my next New Year's resolution of 2022, and that is to stop using eBay quite as much. We've all been there. It's so easy to jump on eBay, search for any game, any console, pretty much anything you want, pay your price, have it shipped to your door, and that is that. But for me, that is not what game hunting is about. It is more about the thrill of the chase and hunting things down in the wild, and also trying to get things for the best price. Obviously on eBay you are paying a premium price. It is going to be at the high end of prices unless you magically get some kind of bargain. It is when you go to your car boots, your charity shops, even your Facebook marketplaces, you're going to get the real bargains and the stuff I think you don't see quite as often. I think most of my finds have been really weird and out there have either been Facebook marketplace or car boot finds. So yeah, definitely going to be relying a lot less on eBay in 2022. This next resolution is one of the biggest points I want to make in this video, and that is to stop pre-ordering games. There is so many games coming out all the time, and that is when you are probably going to pay the most money for them. They're going to release in the worst state, they're going to be buggy, they're going to be unsupported, they're going to be glitchy. You might as well wait until they've been patched further down the line, pick them up cheaper and just save yourself the hassle. I think if a lot more gamers stopped pre-ordering games, we would stop getting games released, such as like the new Call of Duty, the new Battlefield, even the Grand Theft Auto trilogy they've remastered recently have all released in a crappy, buggy, rubbish state. But people will still pay £50 to £60 for these games on day one. If people stop supporting the companies doing this, it just means they're going to actually put out a complete article. Just look back on the retro days. You get a cartridge, that would be the perfect game. It wouldn't need patching, it would be fantastic. Also, with the price of new games going up and up, I think it's just better to kind of wait and pick them up for half price, sometimes weeks afterwards, especially with some of the bigger titles. There will be, of course, a few exceptions to this rule. Normally when we start to look towards the Nintendo Switch, games like the new Pokemon and games that just kind of keep their value for much longer, but these are also the kind of games I think release in a perfect state. I say perfect, but Nintendo just seems to have a bit more quality control when it comes to new release games. This next New Year's resolution, this one is very personal to me, and that is about keeping the games room organised. I kind of go through sprees where everything looks lovely, everything is great, and then suddenly I'll get a massive influx of games, a massive pile of stuff, controllers, and it'll turn into an absolute state. I think especially if I'm going to be streaming soon, I kind of need to have a nice background without so much clutter. It's obviously going to have stuff all over shelves, but that is, for me, is organised. I only have a small games room, so I need to keep it organised just to keep it working and just basically to keep the feng shui of the entire room. So yeah, definitely. It's kind of harder, of course, when I pick up the bigger bundles. One of the big things for me this year is keeping my games room neat, organised, and keeping it good for me.
This gives you an example of what I mean about getting the games room organised. So this is the background I've been filming against today, and if I pan down you can see here, just hidden under the camera line, we have boxes full of stuff still to be organised. And I am sorry to say this is actually a very good time in the games room. I am fairly organised at the moment, but this is the kind of thing I'm going to see less of in 2022.
We've come to the final one of my New Year's resolutions for 2022, and this one is a big one. It is all about quality control and trimming the fat from the games collection. Obviously, as I've been collecting for years, you do build up a massive collection of games. The problem is, especially how I buy games, you get a lot of bundles, which I think does mean I pretty much have every copy of FIFA for every console ever created. And kind of when I'm building a game collection, I kind of have to question, do I want 100 football games for the PlayStation 2? The thing is, space is at a premium. I only have a finite amount of space to store my games, so are these the games I want to keep in my collection? The main reason I collect games is because I want to kind of preserve them and just enjoy the games I want to play further down the line. Obviously, sometimes with digital they disappear. With physical, you always have the games. So yeah, I think looking forward, I'm definitely going to look a bit more at quality control, what I keep in the collection and what I actually get rid of. For me, I do struggle with hoarding a little bit, not that you can tell at all, and I do find it hard to throw things away, but I think just keeping the content of the collection just that bit better is going to make it a lot greater in the long run. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever had to make a hard decision to kind of thin out your game collection, to cut the wheat from the chaff and just to make it better. I think it's something that's definitely going to help down the line. It's going to be hard, but I think with you guys' support I can do it. So let me know if you've done it below in the comments. There we have it then, guys. They are my New Year's resolutions for 2022. I'm kind of making this video to hold myself accountable so I can look back on it at the end of the year and see what I've actually achieved. And so people can also call me out on stuff I have said now, which I have not done. So please let me know in the comments below how realistic you think my goals are for 2022. And while you're down there, leave a comment saying what your resolutions are for 2022. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like. It really does help the channel. Make sure you subscribe, as there's going to be even more content coming out this year. Every Saturday we're coming out with new gaming videos, but there's going to be some other stuff coming out during the week. So follow me on the socials, Instagram and Facebook at DanTheGamesMan. Have a great start to 2022, and the main thing is, keep playing the game. See you soon.